Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a van tour of our 2024 Consort Nova.
We've been living in the van now for 2 weeks, so we think we've got it pretty much set up how we like it for now, but I'm sure there'll be some changes in the future.
There definitely will. So we're going to show you through the van from the point of view that we've just arrived on a site. Okay, we've arrived on site, engine off, and this is what we do.
Normally we wouldn't shut the Remis blinds as soon as we arrive on site, but we'll show them to you now. The side ones just clip in like that, together.
Oh, hang on, you need 2 hands, that's it.
That's it, as simple as that.
Right, we'll open these again because we need the lights for filming.
Before we leave the front cab, just to show you the charging points we've got here. We've got a double cigarette lighter style USB there. We've got a USB and a USB-C there. And we've got another USB here. We picked this up in B&M the other day. I don't know how much it was.
It was about
a pound or £2, yeah. Really cheap. And it comes with 5 heads on it, so you just throw them away. And it is excellent for cleaning the dash.
Yeah,
just
gets
traps
all the
dust really quickly. Okay, so nice and easy to walk through to the back. Just lift the armrest up and walk through.
Now the seats are incredibly comfy. This thing is a backrest because I've been having problems with my back and it helps me, but this is not necessary for someone who doesn't have back problems. So to turn the driver's seat round, it's the same process. Depress it, turn it a little bit, bring the seat all the way forward, and then it spins around easily. And if you have it in this position, this is a very comfortable lounging position. Next, we'd make sure the step was out.
After we've hooked up to the mains, we come in here and this is the master power switch. You just turn on, and this is the water pump. Turn on.
Now we've got all the lights set to come on when that master switch was powered on. We wouldn't normally operate like that, but of course we just need the light for the filming. So that's the master power, that's the pump. This is the master for all the lights. That's the outside awning light. And then here we've got water. It would show a green light if we were full. And here we've got our waste tank, and that will illuminate red when it's full. This is the light switch to control these lights that are underneath the headliner. This is the Victron panel. It's currently showing 100% battery, and that's because we've been here a couple of nights now, so we're on the hookup and it's all fully charged. It's the percentage that matters. That's the one that I monitor. They'll go in there and they'll push down to the end, and then you've got this bit free for any storage, extra storage.
This is the reality of van life when we're on the move. We put all of our stuff in here, out the way. When we arrive on a site, we put all of this stuff into the footwells so it's out of the way.
Crocs can go there. These are our coats, I'll just keep them last. Dustpan and brush.
Needs to be handy.
Needs to be handy, so it can go there.
Steering lock.
And the massive steering lock can go here. So that all gets put there. This seat will pull forward if you need it to get access. It all goes there because we keep the driver's side free, so that when we're wild camping, if we need to drive off, it's just a question of flipping this chair and driving off. So we put our trays, kneeling pad, and a little bit of non-slip, can just fit up there.
We bought this little kiddie step in B&M. It was only £4, and when we move off from a site, anything that's loose just is put in here. So things like glasses case and the temperature monitor, and then it just fits down here while we're on the move behind the seat. So when we arrive on the site, we just take everything out and put it back where we want it, in the back of the van. And then we've got a handy little step which can be used when we're outside the van if we need it for anything. You like it? So this is our fridge. It's a lovely high level fridge, so it's easy for stacking things in. Plenty of room, storage. You've got a little veg tray under there and quite a nice size freezer. Plenty of space in there.
And the fridge is 90 litres.
When we're pitched up, we move this draining tray and just hook it up here, so it's quite handy and it's out the way. And that's also a handy hook where we hang our keys. We just bought a pack of these suction hooks. Again, I think we got them in B&M.
And as you can see, the fridge door is magnetic.
This is our cooker. We've got 3 gas rings on the top. And we have an oven with a grill pan and shelves and a grill. We've got a handy little table here for some more preparation space. Moving on, here we've got the tap, which has hot and cold water, and a sink with a bowl. This bowl comes supplied by Consort. And then we have this handy little shelf that pulls down here, which we really love. So when you're doing your dishes, this goes on here, and your drainer goes on here, and it's really handy when you're washing your dishes. We got this kitchen roll holder fitted here by Consort. You can buy them in their shop, and when we're travelling, we found the easiest way is just to secure it with an elastic band, stop it unravelling when you're travelling. Another use for the suction hooks, we've just put another one here just to hang an oven glove on.
Yeah, this is glass, so it's easy.
Yeah, and we have just a little tidy, again that's suction fitted there, so that won't move, just for keeping the sponge in. A few things out the way.
So this space up here, you can see there's plenty of spare space, and that is where the thermal blinds would go. Obviously if you've got your thermal blinds in there, it's a little bit more difficult to get the tables out, and you've got no storage space. So here are our tables, and you can see there's an indentation that the bracket fits into to stop them moving in transit. So this is the large table, and down here we've got the small table. Behind the driver's seat we've got the table leg, which just pulls forward and lifts out.
You just pull the cap off here and the leg fits in here. So first of all, we'll get the small table out, and you just fit it on the top of the leg. The big table isn't intended to fit here, but you can put it up, and it could be handy if you're doing a lot of cooking and need a lot of space.
So this is what it's like with 2 at the big table.
Yeah, it's perfect for eating your meals.
Yeah. And this is what it's like with a little table in place.
Dinky.
Under the fridge we've got this, which is the wardrobe, but we're not using it for clothes. Up here I've got my drone, so it's ready to go, and down here all sorts of bits and pieces, and under here I've got a Jackery 1000. The Jackery is linked to its own solar panel on the roof, which is charging it all the time, and down here as an extra, Consort have put in a 3-pin socket which is linked to the Jackery so that I can power all my stuff for when I'm editing. Got a nice little storage locker.
We've got a handy overhead cupboard here which contains all the things that we use on a regular basis. Here we have 4 drawers. Under the sink we've just got space for things like bin liners, foil and cling film. This is our cutlery drawer. This is the drawer for the crockery and spare mugs. And this is the drawer for the pans and the kettle. We've got into the habit of always locking these handles every time we use the drawer, because we did drive off once and forget, and the drawers just come open when you're driving. And lastly we have this big cupboard under the oven, which is where we have all our foodstuffs. We've got plenty of storage space in our rear lounge area as well. We've got a nice big cupboard here for clothes. Got our end cupboard here, which is our library and various other things. And another big cupboard here for clothes. And then we've also had these handy little pockets fitted here.
So in the bathroom we've got a mirror, an extending tap hose for showering, little sink, toilet roll, cassette toilet, and a little vanity cupboard. We've got 2 hooks on the back of the door. There's a shower curtain for when you're having a shower, and of course there is a vented skylight. And of course when we're on the road and not using camping sites, we have the trusty pee bottle, which is of course much easier to empty than a cassette. One of the loveliest things we think about the design of this van is that anybody who's sitting in the lounge always has somewhere to put a drink. We've got this beautiful shelf all along the back here, and then we've got that one there, and then this one here for this person, and of course that's a 24-inch TV. Yep. And that's a smart TV with a DVD player.
All the windows in the habitation area have these double glazed windows with the blinds that you pull up for blackout, and also with the fly screens. This little black box is a safety feature, so that if you open this window when the heating is on, it will cut out to stop you being poisoned by the fumes. Another thing to remember is on the near side, not to open this window if you're going to be sliding the door open, otherwise you will not have a window anymore. We've got 3 skylights, which we're not going to demonstrate because it's very windy outside, but they do all open. We've got a big one here over the lounge area, there's one over the kitchen area, and the one you've seen in the bathroom. And they all have the same blinds, the blackout and the fly screens. And this one is vented, as is the one in the bathroom. So if it is particularly windy, the best thing is not to pull this completely shut, because you'll get it rattling around in the wind noise. But just leave a bit of a gap there so that the air can get through and you'll be fine.
This vehicle has 200 amp hours of lithium batteries. It has a 30 amp hour battery to battery charger from the engine. It has 320 watts of solar on the roof, and there's also a 1 kilowatt Jackery powered by its own solar panel on the roof as well. So we've got USBs in each corner of the van, and there's also a traditional 12-volt socket here and a further USB for powering all your equipment. We've got a 240-volt socket in the rear lounge, another 240-volt socket by the door, and those green lights are the LPG levels. USB socket underneath the driver's seat. We don't have an inverter in the van, but I carry with me a 200-watt 12-volt adapter inverter for charging anything that needs mains power.
Now I'll show you the Truma heating system. We've got a control panel up here which shows you the room temperature, the hot water temperature, and you can connect it to a mobile app. Here you can see the Bluetooth symbol to show we're connected, and the electric symbol means we're currently on hookup. So to turn the heating on, showing we're currently 15 degrees, so it will now heat up to 18 degrees. It's showing hybrid because we've just turned it on, but we just want it on electric, so turn the diesel off and it's just on electric. You've got the opportunity to do fast heat if you want it to heat quickly. And the same with the water, hot water, turn on. You've got 3 settings. Got 40 degrees for washing your dishes, 60 degrees for a shower, or 70 degrees for a long shower. And you've got the opportunity to boost it if you want it quickly.
Down on the floor here we've got 2 vents for the heating system. Very important that they're kept clear, and they work in conjunction with the Hecky roof light up here, which is vented, and it's all been carefully worked out to ensure that you get adequate ventilation in a van for this size. In the center there you can see we've got a heating outlet. That one can be shut off if you don't want it to be on. The garage is heated, so it's got its own heating vent in there, and during an evening lovely warm air comes up from behind these 2 vents.
Right, so these 2 cushions off. This is going to be part of the inner, so we keep that. And this cushion splits in half. Keep half for the inner. This is where we keep all our bedding. 2 pillows. And the sleeping bag. And then these cushions can go away in here. Pull out this bit of the bed. These bits go in the middle. That's your bed. Sleeping bag goes on. Two pillows. And you're done. Ready to get in. If you want to read, extra cushions.
That's the bed.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the van tour.
Yeah, if you want to see us using the van in anger, then hit the subscribe button and follow us on our adventures.
And join us next week as we continue our travels up north.
Cheers.
Cheers.